Alrighty, on to happy news. I got other unhappy news I'm going to report on as well. Happy news. The New York Islanders have named a new one of these things, Big C. And it's not this guy. I apologize, but I got it for cheap. So the New York Islanders have a new captain, and it's Anders Lee. And Anders Lee makes a lot of sense. He's a guy that you can build around. He's a young player, not too young. I heard some comments about how young captains are, like Eichel and McDavid, and how that might be too early. I've made that argument myself. I do think that a player should have, I would say, about 5 years in the league before you hand them the reins and say you're now the guy who captains the team. And captain, it does get kind of overblown. That's been kind of talked about a lot, I think, in this day and age with the way that there's so many coaches and there's so many different ways of looking at the game. I think who your team captain is less important than it might have been, say, 10, 15, 20 years ago. But it's still a nice role to have, and for Anders Lee, it's got to feel pretty good. So the New York Islanders are not going to play without a captain, which I think a lot of us, myself included, thought they would. I think the expectation was that for that first year after Tavares, that they would probably go without a captain. But clearly, Lamoriello may have looked at this and said, "Hey, the optics of not having a captain after he left is like WWE not having a women's champion after Alundra Blaze left and threw it in the trash. So we don't want to feel like our captaincy's in the trash. You're too young to know that. That's not my problem." So I think there's an optics to this, and I think there's just that Lamoriello believes in team captains. Lamoriello's old-fashioned. You can't have facial hair around Lou Lamoriello. That's why there are Toronto Maple Leaf guys that look homeless, because they can finally grow out facial hair. And Marner's probably going to try for years before anything shows up. But he's a kid, very baby-faced. The Islanders are a team that they're definitely trying to build a brand new identity. There's been no indication that they're okay with being one of the worst teams in the league, which has been the forecast for this year. And this is another example. I had kind of expected Komarov. I thought he might go with Komarov based on the fact he knew him from Toronto, and that would make some sense to me. But this is honestly a really smart move. Lee is a 40-goal scorer who could get 40 again this year and is very underrated. And we'll see how many of those goals he's able to generate now that Tavares is off the team, and he'll get keyed on more than he would have in previous seasons. But whether it's 30, whether it's 40, however many goals he gets, he is their captain, he is their leader. And I'd be interested to know how Islanders fans feel about this. I honestly don't see any pushback against this. I don't see any reason to push back against it. But let me know your thoughts. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll talk to you again soon.